All right. Southside Liberation. What's happening? This is your practitioner. Whoops. Excuse me. All right. Good afternoon. How you doing? All right. We got about 1 minute left before 3:30. So we are going to just wait for a few more practitioners before we get active and get started. Can you hear me? All right. All right. It is 3:30 right now. And it is time to serve the community. All right. Okay. I guess right now we have Imani with us. And can you hear me okay, Imani? All right. I think you're on. Can you hear me okay, Imani? All right. All right. While we get everything sorted. Huh. No sound. Interesting. See. Hold on 1 second. Oh. Can you hear me now, Imani? Okay. I think that could have been my Bluetooth, right? I had my Bluetooth on earlier. Okay. All right. Okay, it is approximately 5:32 Chicago time. And my name is Toussaint Haki Stewart. This is the second Pranayama and integrated meditation session that I'm facilitating on behalf of Southside Liberation Center. Happy Black History Month. It is a pleasure to be a lead practitioner this month with Southside Liberation. Like I said last week, I do have roots in Chicago, particularly the area where Wabash is. My mother was born on Wabash. She grew up in Wabash, and then eventually she moved to North Chicago area. And but that was way back in the day. I still have cousins and an uncle who live in the Chicago area, particularly the Zion area and the Waukegan area too. So yeah, Chi-Town is in effect, and it's so great to be a part of the beginning of the Southside Liberation journey, to having a full-fledged, fully working healing center, which is a blessing. So, like I said, my name is Toussaint Haki Stewart, and welcome to Pranayama and integrated meditation. Just to let you guys know, I am second generation meditator. My father, Daryl Lynn Stewart, who is one of my ancestors now, He was a transcendental meditator, and we did a different. My practice is a little different than his, but nonetheless, my father really blessed me with the gift of meditation. And I'm just glad that I'm able to now, as I'm an older man, I can actually practice it every day, and I'm also now teaching it. So if you would have asked me when I first got exposed to meditation if I would actually be teaching it, I would have told you nope. But times change, we grow, we evolve, and we learn to appreciate this practice of meditation. One of the beautiful things about pranayama is that prana means life force or chi, okay? And then ayama means extension or expansion. So with pranayama, we are attempting to expand or extend your life force, your life energy, your chi, right? That is the purpose of these breath control exercises, which are thousands of years old. The particular pranayama that we are going to be practicing today is called Kapalbhati. Kapalbhati. That means fire breathing or the shining skull technique. It's actually a pre-meditative pranayama. So this is what we do before we get into our meditation. So we're going to, after we do 500 cycles of Kapalbhati pranayama, we're going to get into the Ujjayi meditative pranayama, right? Some of you might have practiced Ujjayi breath before, but we're going to do that. Then we'll get into a couple of healing qigong sounds, and then we're going to finish off with the gratitude prayer. Okay. So one thing about the Kapalbhati that I want to explain is that it is an active exhale and a passive inhale. Oh yeah, and I see we have one more practitioner, and I believe that is Ive. Oh, okay. If you could mute. Eve, how you doing, yes. Eve? Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy Black History Month to you.
Yes, to you as well.
All right, cool. Okay, so like I said, the Kapalbhati approach or technique of pranayama is an active exhale and a passive inhale. So what we're actually doing is we are pumping air out, literally like we're pumping. It's almost like a, right? So you're contracting your lower abdomen and diaphragm as you pump the air out to get it all out. And then you're just going to allow your lungs to breathe back in, right? You don't have to think about breathing back in, but you want to make sure those exhales are nice and nice and pumped out, like. And so it's not too aggressive, but it is slightly aggressive. And so you're going to be contracting your abdomen. What this is, and then you're going to be allowing your lungs to just kind of breathe back in the air, easy. And so what I want you to do is I want you to go at my pace. So we're going to do 100 cycles of the Kapalbhati, then we'll do 200 cycles, and then we'll do 200 more. And then after that, we'll get into our meditation. Now, since this is actually a pre-meditative exercise, I also treat it like a meditation. So, but the idea is for you, don't worry about counting your breaths. I'm going to do all the counting. All I want you to do is I want you to focus on each pranayama cycle, each breath, right? Each 100 breaths, almost like you continue to start back over at one. So just focus on what it is you're doing. get into your body, stay present, stay grounded. If you would like to sit in a half lotus position with one leg up here and then you're on top of the other one, that's fine. Or you can just do a regular cross your legs, native style, and here, right? Or however you feel comfortable, but you want to keep your spine long, right? You don't want to hunch your back, right? We want our oxygen to come directly down into our organ systems, right? You can't really get that when you're hunched over. So practitioners look fine, and people who are watching this, just make sure you have a nice long spine, chest out, shoulders back, shoulders relaxed, right? So before we get started, I just want to let you know one of the sensations that you feel after we do our first round of the Kapalabhati is you feel the sensation of not having to take a deep breath. So as we're exhaling and pumping out, when I say 100, last exhale, hold. You're gonna hold your breath. Now, what this practice does is it allows you to become extremely oxygen efficient. It's not that you're taking in more oxygen than the average human being, but your body is using the oxygen so efficiently that you will no longer feel the need to take a deep breath for a while. And that is somewhat alarming to some people when they find out, like, wow, I don't even have to take a breath. But it's also, it's almost like a deep space peace that you feel. And it's going to get even more intensified as we do 200 and then 200 more. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. When I say 100, last exhale, just hold that breath and then allow your oxygen just to circulate, because what you're doing when you do this pranayama technique, what you're doing is you are obviously extremely oxygen efficient, but you have lowered your blood pressure, right? Your heart is not having to work that hard at all. So your heart is in a happy place. And so you're going to feel this overwhelming sense of peace while you're in that no breath zone. And then as you get ready to need to take that deep breath, then just go right ahead and just continuously do your deep breathing. And then we'll get into the second round and then the third round, and then we'll flow into our Ujjayi meditation. Okay? If you feel any digestive stuff happening, or hold on one second. Let's see here. Like I said, if you feel any indigestion coming up, where you feel like you might have to burp or whatever, that's totally normal during meditation. We're obviously exercising the digestive pathway, right? And so that's a normal process of meditation. So if you feel slightly lightheaded as soon as you start to hold your breath, it will pass, right? So just let that pass and allow your oxygen to circulate, okay? So I'll go ahead and do 10 cycles first, just to give you an example, okay? Let's go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. Release. And begin. Hold. And take a deep breath. How was that pace for you guys? How did that feel? Okay? All right. So I'm going to give you a couple of markers. So when we get to 50 cycles of the pranayama, I'm going to say 50. And then when we get to 100, I'm going to say 100. Last exhale, hold. And then you're going to hold your breath and you're just going to embrace the peace. All right. So let's go ahead and get into our first 100. Take a nice deep breath in and release and begin. $50. 100. Last exhale, hold. If you feel slightly lightheaded, this will pass. So allow your oxygen to circulate. If you feel the need to take a deep breath, go right ahead. All right, that was 100. Excellent job. Now we level up and we do 200. All right. Let's go ahead and go there. Here we go. Take a nice deep breath in. And release. Begin. 50, 100, 150, 200, hold. Just allow your oxygen to circulate. If you feel slightly lightheaded, this will pass. If you feel a tingling in your third eye area, this is a great sign. This will pass. If you feel any tingling in your hands, don't worry, this will pass. Just allow your oxygen to circulate. Whenever you feel the need to take a deep breath, go right ahead. We will now transition into our last 200. You guys are doing great. Remember, do not try and count. I will count for you. Just focus on each pranayama breathing cycle one at a time. Stay present with your breath, present with your body, and present with your peace. You're doing wonderful. Here we go. Take a nice deep breath in. And release all the way. And begin. $50. $100. $150. 200. Last exhale, hold. Just allow your oxygen to circulate. Feel the need to take a deep breath? Go right ahead. Hold and release. Excellent. We've just completed 500 cycles of Kapalbhati Pranayama. Great job, you guys. Keep doing your deep diaphragmatic breathing as we transition into Ujjayi Pranayama. Ujjayi is what some call the ocean breath because it's very reminiscent of listening to the ocean tide go in or the lake tide go out. I know you guys are in lake country over there. And like you're sitting on the shore, you close your eyes and you can hear the water going in and out, right? Or like a whisper, right? When you whisper, you're sort of restricting your pathway, your throat pathway, right? So as opposed to talking like this, you're talking like this, right? So that's an intentional restriction of the pathway. We're restricting our throat pathway so we can engage our diaphragm and engage our lower abdomen so we can receive the full benefits of each exhalation and inhalation. So if I was to do an exhale doing Ujjayi, it would sound like this. Right? But obviously, we're going to be breathing through our noses. So I'm going to close my mouth and an exhale would sound. And the inhale with that same restriction sounds like this. Right? Oftentimes, if you're not restricting your pathway, then you can breathe to where you don't even hear your breath. It sounds invisible, but this is the total opposite because we're trying to engage our lower abdomen and our diaphragm so we can really receive the full benefits of this pranayama, okay? So hopefully that was very clear for you. You definitely want to hear yourself breathing in and out and make sure you have that intentional restriction of your throat pathway, okay? We're going to do Ujjayi for 7 minutes. If any thought forms come up, just allow them to flow like you're almost imagine yourself stepping towards a busy traffic street, right? And you see all these cars going by, but you don't really pay too close attention to any of the cars. They're just going by, right? And you're not going to step out into that traffic. So that's how you want to look at any thoughts that come up in meditation. Awareness, just staying aware of your breath and aware of whatever comes up. But you want to keep a detachment. You don't want to participate in the thought. You don't want to fight the thought. You just let it come and let it go, right? Oftentimes, the thoughts we have that come up in meditation are not even our own thoughts. They could be thoughts of self-consciousness. They could be thoughts of what society wants you to think, or some kind of news you watched or whatever. Oftentimes these are not even our thoughts, right? So we don't want to identify with them. But anything that comes up in meditation is obviously coming up for a reason, right? But the only thing that matters is what you're doing right now. So allow your Ujjayi meditation to bring you back to center whenever you find yourself drifting to participate in any particular thought. So you want to just witness and let it go, let it flow, right? And don't even identify, right? Just more like, oh, wow, interesting. And just continue doing what it is you're doing. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and take a nice Ujjayi breath in and release. Begin. Last one. Hold. And inhale. Continue your normal deep diaphragmatic breathing as we get ready to transition from our Ujjayi meditative pranayama to healing Qigong sounds from the Tree of Life method from the Asara Set Society. The first healing Qigong sound that we do will be associated with the liver energy system or the liver organ system. We know the liver, well, if you don't know, now you know, the liver has over 500 jobs in the body. It is a powerhouse of an organ system. It helps synthesize protein, and it also helps filter out your blood as well. So the liver is extremely important for our bodies, but this is also where we hold a lot of our anger and resentment. And as through the human experience, we all go through anger and resentment at times daily, whether it be for a very short period of time or we can hold on to stuff. So what we want to do is we want to do this Qigong sound of shoo. Okay, shu. This healing qigong intonation helps bring positive regulation to the liver energy system, and it helps bring back balance to the liver. Okay, so we're going to take deep inhales, and we will exhale shoo. All right, we'll do this for a few minutes, and then we'll move to our next sound. You guys are doing great. All right, here we go. Time to heal the liver. Breathe in and shoo. Shoo. Last one. Okay, return to your normal deep diaphragmatic breathing. Now we will transition into our next healing Qigong sound. This next one is associated with the heart organ or energy system. We know our heart is responsible for several jobs, particularly pumping our oxygenated blood to every organ system in the body, and every cell, every limb in the body, right? What we're going to do is our healing Qigong sound is ha, almost like the beginning of a laugh. Ha. We're just going to stretch that out, right? And so our aim is to bring regulation and balance to our heart energy system. We know we're very sensitive as a people, African American people. We often, unfortunately, succumb to heart disease, heart attacks, strokes, and that has to do with, our heart energy system and clogged up arteries, right? Through stress and bad nutrition and things like that. And so when we begin our breath work, when we do our breath work and we do this healing Qigong sound, what we're doing is we're bringing regulation and we're restoring peace back to our heart center. Okay? So let's go ahead and heal the heart. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in and we will exhale. Ha. All right. Take a nice deep breath in and release. Ha. Ha. Last one. Hold. And release. Take a nice deep breath in. Return to your normal deep diaphragmatic breathing. Feel your belly go in and out. All right, now we will move to the mother of all intonations, Om. Om. And this is a restore of every organ system in the body. Om is an extremely grounding tone as well. They say Om is the sound that the earth makes in rotation. So we're going to go ahead and get into Om. So let's take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Om. Last one. Hold. Take a nice deep breath in. You can bring your hands to your heart in prayer position. We will now conclude with a gratitude prayer. You guys are doing wonderful. All right. We first, in this present moment, express gratitude and appreciation for the past, for our past ancestors' struggle, perseverance, tenacity, ingenuity, and vision to survive, and for their seeds to thrive. As we are their seeds thriving, we express gratitude and appreciation for the struggle of our ancestors. We express gratitude and appreciation for our past relationships that allowed us to gain wisdom and knowledge. We forgive the pain and the trauma of the past, and we release it to the past. And we give thanks and gratitude for the past. Now we move to the present. We express gratitude and appreciation in this present moment for our present wellness practice of pranayama and integrated meditation. We appreciate this intention to heal ourselves so we can serve our communities from a higher level, from an optimal level. We appreciate this self-care ritual right now. We appreciate the prosperity that surrounds us right now in the form of shelter, in the form of food. We appreciate our present relationships with our coworkers, our jobs, our clients, our family members, our loved ones, ourselves. And we appreciate the present. Let us now move to the future. Let us rehearse the future. Let us go to that place where our goals and our dreams and our projects, our completed projects are done. If you are writing a book, that book is done. If you are looking to gain a certain level of wellness, that has been accomplished. Go to the land of accomplishment, of a goal accomplished, of a dream fulfilled. Go to that place. Go to that vision. What does it look like? What does it feel like inside of your body as you walk, knowing that you have accomplished what you set out to do? What does it look like? What does it feel like in your body? Go to that place of accomplishment. Go to that place of dreams fulfilled, of goals met. What does it feel like? What does it look like to you? Go to that place. And as we rehearse the future, we know we are magnetizing the manifestation in the flesh while we exercise this vision of the future. And we express appreciation and gratitude for the future. You can now open your eyes. Thank you for practicing with me today. My name is Toussaint Haki Stewart, lead practitioner. And I just want to say namaste to both practitioners here. Thank you for practicing with me. And I want to say namaste to those watching this recorded Zoom. Thank you for your practice today. And as you meditate, you also heal and liberate your ancestors and those who are coming after you as well. So I thank you for participating, because as you heal yourself, you heal the world. And if you have our two practitioners right now, it is 6:30 on the dot. If you guys would like to share your experience and how you felt, or any kind of feedback you'd like to share, or any questions you have for me about some of the benefits or anything, you can press mute now and share if you'd like for a minute or something.
Thank you. First, I'd like to say thank you. And I am on the East Coast, so it's 7:30 for me.
Oh, okay.
Imani's in Chicago. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So thank you so much. I've done Kalapati breath and Ujjayi through my yoga practice,
mhm.
um, but I haven't done the 500. I don't do the 500 rounds frequently. And what I
Okay.
noticed this time is the how my body temperature
Mm,
dropped, right?
mm,
Um, but with the Ujjayi breath, when I do my yoga practice, I do it to fire it up, to warm the body, actually. And
mm-hmm,
so I could feel the warmth also increasing in the Ujjayi breath when I
mm-hmm,
was when I was doing that. But this is the first time I actually, I think it was during the Kalapati breath where
mm-hmm.
I was generating a couple of yawns. So I'm
Yes,
wondering what was happening in my body. Can you
yes.
shed any light on
Well,
that?
a yawn is normally an indication that you need sleep. So,
That we know. But but is there anything else? Like just because it felt like a release, really.
well, it's really interesting some of the things that come up. I always know that if I'm meditating and doing any type of meditation or breath work, and I begin to yawn, that is an indication for me that I need a little deeper sleep and that I might need to take a nap.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, too, when you're exercising your digestive system um, so much, a lot of things can come up, right? Because all of our gases, oxygen, nitrogen, all of that stuff is flowing, and so uh, all I can think of is you might need deeper rest or something.
Well, I would agree. I recently bought a sleep ring, which I have on, and I decided to put it on during this meditation to
Okay.
watch my pulse, heart, and blood oxygen level,
Ah.
right? And I'm going to look at the report later, but I was looking at how
Oh
it
yeah.
fluctuated. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciated it. I'll mute myself now so Imani can.
Oh, can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Uh, just a question. Did you feel the sensation of not needing to take that deep breath
I
during the
felt
couple?
this. I took. Okay, so it was a mental thing. I took the deep breath each time, only slightly before you said, "Okay, go ahead and breathe." Because in my
Oh,
mind, yeah, so I was able to hold the breath for a very long time. Well,
yeah,
for as long as I don't know how long it
yeah,
was,
yeah,
but as
good.
long as you said, and as soon as I would take that deep breath, you would say, "Okay, now go ahead and breathe."
Awesome.
Okay.
Alignment.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank
My
you.
sister Imani, how you feeling?
I feel magnificent. Toussaint, are you Haitian or you just
I
Toussaint?
was named after Toussaint Louverture, the
Hmm.
Haitian
Yes,
missionary.
but you're
Ashe.
Ashe, but you're not ethnically Haitian.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, neither am I, but my husband is. My last name is Barbarousse. I just asked for that reason.
Oh, wow, wow. Okay, cool.
So I did not know the some of the words,
Hmm.
but I have practiced the breath, but never,
Hmm.
maybe I've gone. Um, do you know Dr. Happy? He's
Dr. Happy,
uh-huh.
this
Okay.
Black
So
History.
n- um he brought a certain comedic yoga to Chicago. And
Oh, okay. Got it.
so maybe a couple of years ago I started doing some breath work with him.
Hmm.
But I didn't remember any names or anything like that. But the healing was amazing for the
Mm,
breath work. So what was happening um for me was the tingling was around here.
okay.
And so I enjoyed that. So we are in a mindful um certification and training with Reverend Angel that
Oh.
Joshua
Mhm.
Alapia is doing the
Yes.
meditation, and he's the one who gave um, me the link to come here with you today.
Yes.
And because I reached out to him, like, "Oh, you're in Chicago." Um, so yeah, I was, the stimulation was it was very, very I enjoyed it. I feel hesitant about saying refreshing, but I like that feeling. I felt like I didn't realize I was tight there, but we had a one of our modules, they were talking about, healing in the neck
Yeah.
and the shoulder area
Hmm.
and what that represented. I don't remember the exact words, but I was like, "Oh, I'm healing." um
Yeah.
Breath work has just been so powerful um
Yes.
this last year with COVID because I used it to help my husband when he had COVID and he could not
Okay.
breathe, and we decided not to stay in the hospital. My husband is a medical doctor, and he was like, 89% of people who go on the respirator don't get off. We're gonna go home. We're gonna do whatever you say. And I was like, really? You don't never do what I say. And he said, I'm gonna do it. So Dr. Happy helped me through the breath work with my husband and another Saidia.
Mhm.
So I was just so happy, and it opened up my hips while I was doing it. I could each time, the first time when we held, the first 100 when we held, I could hold it, but I did have a little anxiety. I don't know why, I could breathe anytime I wanted to, but I did get a little anxiety about holding it. And
Yes.
but I could hold it, and each time I could hold it longer and longer. I could go beyond
Yes.
the time that you said hold it. But I just felt yeah, I just felt amazing and so much release
Yes.
um, in my joints. I was
Yes.
very happy when you said I'm always working on my liver. And so I take Synthroid. You can't see it, but I had a thyroid condition. So I was just so happy about that
Yeah.
workaround. I'm talking so much, but I was excited, okay? And
Yeah.
and I
Good.
enjoyed it so much. And so what I had asked Mr. Joshua Alafia, brother Alafia, was some embodiment feeling. So I'm doing the mindful training, and I recognized beforehand, but I'm so aware of this disconnection to the body. But I was so happy this experience let me know my practice is happening. I was
Yes.
able to stay with the breath, and my mind was there. I didn't go, you know, and I was just excited. So thank you. I'm gonna stop talking. But anyway,
That is
I'm
such a wonderful share, Imani. One of the benefits of breath work is it is one of the best ways to hack into the hypothalamus gland. The hypothalamus is the queen gland of the pituitary and the thyroid gland, right? These are, this is the gland that regulates the hormones that, are responding to different aspects of life, right? So, um, when you're doing this pranayama breath work, whatever meditative work, any type of breath work is a wonderful way to help bring positive regulation to this gland. So that way you begin to secrete good neurotransmitters, right? Like serotonin and dopamine and, all of these good neurotransmitters that balance, that help offset some of the cortisol and the fight or flight chemicals, right? Um, and so uh, then you can literally walk around on cloud nine, right? So it's almost like you are able to kind of reset yourself, right? Because the breath is very related to our emotional state of being. And when you get to that place where you can regulate your breath, you can become oxygenated and get very oxygen efficient, then your heart is in that happy space, and then your hypothalamus gland is completely balanced. It gets so balanced to where you just feel like, what has just happened to me? It's like it's like your body is doing what it does. We're really just tapping into our own body's homeostasis, right? And oftentimes, when you can control your breath, a mentor told me that your quality of breath directly affects the quality of your life. And if we can keep that with us, then we can use the breath in moments of stress, moments of challenge, to help ground and center ourselves, so that way we don't have to necessarily fight or flight. We can stop, and then we can begin to heal into the moment and lean into the moment with a healing, as opposed to fighting into the moment or running from the moment. right? And so, but yeah, this practice really supports the positive regulation of your hypothalamus. And I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, if you continue this practice throughout the weeks and the days, just like you brush your teeth, you know, you do your breath work, no difference, then you'll see amazing changes in how deep you sleep. You know, how present you are with people and how much you can listen, you know, how grounded you feel in your own body, how un how just how connected you feel, you know, right? And so yeah, this is it's a blessing, it's a blessing of a practice. And man, I'm so glad Joshua gave you the link. You know, he actually on his behalf invited me to the Southside Liberation Center's Black History Celebration. So I'll be here next Thursday at the same time. So at the
Is it
same
the
link.
same link? Is it the
Yep,
same link?
the
Okay,
same link.
where are you? Where are
I,
you?
I am in Stockton, California. I'm in California.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I was born and raised in Oakland, but you know, it's so expensive to live in Oakland. I live in Stockton, which is about,
Okay.
but I teach in Oakland. I'm a high school PE teacher as well.
Yeah,
And
I think I read that. He gave that.
yeah, and if you ever want to get in contact with me through my social media, I do Instagram, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
at Town Wellness.
Say it
Town,
again. Put it in the chat in the chat for me.
uh-huh.
Then I
It's
write it down.
at Town Wellness.
Town, TOWN.
Yep.
Okay.
TOW,
Okay.
Town Wellness. And yeah. So you guys want to go there, you'll see a couple of little commercials of things that I do. And you know, our tagline is food, fitness, and freedom. So I'm certified in plant-based studies, and so I'm a plant-based nutritionist. I help people transition into becoming more plant-based and vegan, and I'm also a personal trainer. So I use fitness as medicine, food as medicine, and I teach people how to do both so they can experience freedom in their daily life.
Yes. Beautiful.
All
I
right.
don't know.
And I also teach meditation with this group called Black to Yoga. Black to Yoga
Okay.
is a Oakland based circle of yoga practitioners. I obviously focus on the fourth limb of yoga, which is pranayama, but we have various practitioners. So if you ever want to look up Black to Yoga, you can
I
go to
will.
blackyoga.com, and they have a variety of online classes, and you can get access to all of their classes, including my pranayama Tuesday morning class. For $25 a month, you get access to all the online classes.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Thank.
thank you
Thank.
both for joining me. For those
Thank
of you
you.
watching, thank you so much for joining us. And may you continue to practice. Happy Black History Month, and we'll see you next Thursday
Next
at
Thursday. Thank
Pranayama. Thank you, sisters.
thank
Peace.
you.
All right. Peace.